Hey everyone, it's me again, Kenneth, in BeHave Tarot. Today we're joined by Samantha. I can finally use her real name because she agrees to be on camera, so that's great.
Nothing to hide.
You have nothing to hide.
I swear.
What do you think about that? Okay, anyway, just kidding. So go ahead, take this deck, and I want you to shuffle it and get into like a meditative trance, or more just like clear out your mind, be as relaxed as you can, and try to think of that one thing, the one big question, or a specific question that you want to sort of like ask, or it could be a topic, pretty much any. And then when you're done, you can just put it here, and you can tell me what it is that you were thinking about during the shuffle. Also, guys, it's been a while, so as you notice, I'm kind of out of it. It's the New Year's, but it's still winter. Remember to cut this out. It's not relevant.
Okay.
Okay, 2 hours later.
The shuffling has been completed.
They're so big, they're hard to shuffle.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, that's the sound of our tech crew pulling some wires in the back. Don't mind him.
Yep.
Okay. So what kind of question I wanted to ask?
Yeah.
So I want to ask if I'm on the right track right now. I'm currently studying French for work with further goals in mind with French, but I don't feel satisfied at the moment with it. So I'm wondering if I should be sticking to it and later my happiness will come, or if I should abandon now.
So this is specific to the language you're learning.
Yes.
Goes on it. Okay.
More if is the path I'm on correct?
Okay, sure.
So we can start off like just from that. Let's do a 3-card spread. Might be easier. So then we can branch out and figure out more as we go along. So normally other tarot readings, they just do like one spread, but here you go. The way I do it is a bit different. Sometimes I don't really feel the energy, like knowing exactly what you want, or maybe you're not exactly 100% sure on the actual full question. Like maybe I feel it's just 20% of what you really want to ask. So this answers 20% of your question.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
All right.
Then along the way, we're going to figure out the rest. So simple 3-card spread, we'll just open these things. And we are going to focus on the imagery of each of these cards. I like to use a more engagement style tarot reading. So I'm going to guide you through the experience, and there's going to be a lot of back and forth.
Okay.
So it's more in terms of what we interpret together as opposed to me just giving you all that information. So in the first picture, what do you feel from it?
I think he's toiling a lot. He's putting in a lot of work, and it looks like he's looking at all the rest of the work that has to be done. It seems a bit endless.
Yeah, and now I'm going to go through the actual meaning of the card. So one thing that is slightly missing from what you've just mentioned is that he's also sort of like waiting. You put in a lot of toil, a lot of hard work, but you realize that even if you work more, it's kind of pointless at the moment because you have to wait for it to grow, so to speak. As it grows a bit faster, then you can start continuing to sort of like manage the farm, the plants, really lots of words. This position represents near past towards the present. So let's say from now up until maybe half a week to a week ago, roughly speak. So that's the short past in terms of how you're feeling about a topic you just mentioned. So one way to see it is that you've been spending a lot of time in French. I guess it's taking up more time and effort than you would like. It's taking away, the time and effort you could be putting into something else as well. This is not tarot. This is my definition, but the definition I gave you for the tarot card was for the definition. It's just this how I interpret it on my side. So the second one is representing sort of like your mood now, like in the now. So this one stretches between the near past and the near future, but we don't live in the future, we're in the present. We'll just I hope I'm not using too many fancy words and trying to make it make sense. But here it just means that the present doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't include something that happens 5 minutes later, because that's still the present, even though it shouldn't be. So here you have like the Page of Cups. If you like, you can tell me how you feel about it.
I feel a little bit strange about it. He seems a bit jovial and, having a good time, except there seems to be a fish in his cup.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that. You're right. He's talking to the fish, or the fish is talking to him. Yeah.
Maybe he's talking to himself. Maybe the fish is maybe he's like talking in the mirror.
Sure. So the suit of cups represents water. Water represents emotions, and to a certain extent, the softer side of spirituality. The opposite side of water would be fire. So fire is like more progressive, water is more laid back, more relaxed. So this could be sort of representing a part of your persona. I mean, you notice the fish, so it does tell me something about you. Like you notice the small details that not everyone would be like, hey, look, there's a, So it shows that you're detail oriented, or something really reaches out to you. Like, was the fish what caught your eye the
That
most?
was the first.
Like,
It was the first thing I think I looked
You're
at
like-
when you put out the card.
yeah, you're like, oh, I don't care what's happening in the picture, but what is that fish
It
doing
felt
there?
the most significant.
Yeah, yeah. So this really represents you. Page of Cups. Page is kind of like back in the day, before you become a knight, you were a page. Basically, like internship to becoming a knight, something like that. Page is the position that talks about more learning involved, more entrepreneurship, like a lot of freelancing going around. So this could really represent your situation now, whereby you're saying you're doing a bit of, I mean, earlier on off screen, you're doing a bit of like work independently, and you're also
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
something. You have multiple things that you're
I'm
doing.
all over the place.
Yeah, you're all over the place. So this sort of like says that this is sort of who you are, but at the same time, you're focused a lot on your passion. So that's why the cups is here. It could be represented by like another suit, which would be like a different inclination, but this one's what it's saying. Then this one, last position, which would be in the near future or something that would come up, let's say within the next 2 weeks to a month.
Okay.
This would be kind of a situation.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a good card to me.
Well, it looks like winter, which is
Yes,
already
it's
happening.
Looks like something tragic has happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Lost something. Lost your livelihood, maybe.
Sure.
Lost your health.
All right, so this one is the Five Pentacles. It's traditionally, like if I were to simplify its meaning, it represents poverty or a misfortune that's related to poverty, or just like, you know, maybe a decrease in health, or like people losing their house, their car or something. It doesn't represent like death, not too much on illness, but maybe like you'll have aches in your body. But ache, like let's say if you have a pain, it's not physical pain, it's not an illness, it's just a pain. So like here, whether it's noticeable or not, they have like sticks that they're using to sort of like survive. So in this position right now, it's sort of giving legway and saying, well, if you keep things the way that they are going, you may reach a point whereby you feel very exhausted. But even then, it doesn't say how, to what severity it will be, like whether, you know, like you'll end up in hospital or you'll have a complete mental breakdown. It just means that you'll be exhausted, and it's not something that you don't already know, obviously, like you probably thought about it, but it's reminding you to be like careful not to overdo it, or like you will reach a point whereby you would question like, oh, do I need vacation or should I be doing something else? So this would answer sort of like 20% of the overall question. So from here, like, does it give you a better idea in terms of something more specific that you want to find out? And so far, are the cards sort of like narrating your life stories in the right direction, so to speak?
Yeah, so far I can relate quite a bit, especially with the last card.
Okay.
Because it seems to be a cycle in my life where...
Okay. Which I'm not aware of. I'm
Yeah.
just reading this.
Yeah.
So,
of course, with our middle card here, I'm in a lot of different fields, doing a lot of different things, and I tend to come back around to burnout every time.
yeah. But do you feel like you're burning out because of yourself or because of things that are outside of your control? So here, I'm going to introduce you to a style that some tarot readers do. I particularly like is,
I'm injured from playing a board game. The last time I was this tired, I was running a marathon, but now I roll dice until I pass out. Dear, if I don't get up in half an hour, call 911.